The series on entrepreneurs and leaders, business people in our community. And I cannot tell you how delighted I am to have Shanda Moore Young in the studio with me this morning, immediately to my right. And then to her right is Hope Manuel. And I'm delighted to tell you why these ladies are here today. We didn't plan this in terms of the timing, but it is the perfect timing to bring Shonda in because she is an owner of a gym called Young and Fit. And she is a personal trainer and an expert when it comes to health and exercise and all those good things that people like to start off the new year with. So we didn't even time this, right, Shonda? It just worked out perfectly that today is the day that you're here. This is the time when people are making resolutions. So let's hear what Shonda has to say about health and fitness this morning, you guys. And so I'm delighted to have you here. So please just say hello to the audience.
Hello. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. Hope your year is starting off well. I know a lot of people, one of the typical New Year's resolution is weight loss. And one of the things I want to talk about is let's not have it as a resolution. Let's make it a lifestyle change. Again, my name is Shanda Young, owner of Young and Fit, located in Brown Deer. Um, I have a banking background. I was in banking for 18 years. And then uh, our last child, my husband and I, we have 3 children. Actually, my husband and I met in banking, and he's probably listening. Hey, honey, I love you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, take a minute and say hello to the family.
Yes, yes. Hey, husband, I love you. My 3 boys and my beautiful granddaughter.
How old are your sons?
So I have a 31-year-old.
Okay.
I know you're looking up at me. Yes,
I was gonna say you wait.
Come on over to Young and Fit.
You must have been 5 years old when you had him.
No, baby, I was 6. I have a 31-year-old, 19-year-old. We have a 31-year-old, 19-year-old, and a 12-year-old.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
so they're pretty spaced apart.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, as I stated, a granddaughter who's 2.
Okay.
And she runs the house.
I was going to say, I know I've seen her on Facebook and I can tell she's running the house.
Absolutely.
I can tell that. So we're going to talk a little bit more about your background. But I just would like for Hope to have a chance to say hello and tell the audience what your connection is here today.
Hi. So I've been attending Young and Fit for a year now. Yes, for a year now.
Okay, it seems longer than that to me for some reason.
Does
it's only
it?
been a year?
Yeah, it's only been a year.
About a year.
Okay, all
July
right.
made it a year.
All right, so you are here and you're going to be able to attest to those workouts and the proof is in the pudding. So you are our exhibit A today in terms of what good things can happen.
Okay.
All right. So you are a wife and a mother of 3 boys. And I know that family is important to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you mentioned that you had worked in banking for 18 years before finding your passion in fitness.
Yes. So with our last child, we decided that I'd be a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
And that was pretty boring. So with staying at home, I started working out. And I started in my basement, actually. So my mom would come by, a couple other friends, and we just work out in my basement and have a good time. And I was leading classes in my basement, not really knowing exactly what I was doing.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, how were you able to do that? You go from banking and then you're leading classes, fitness classes in your basement.
When you have a gift from God, sometimes you don't need training.
Oh, all right.
And this is my gift.
Yes.
This is my gift. So, I would train in the basement. We would have a good time. At that time, I really didn't know much about form, with correcting form and how things should be done. I just knew that we needed to keep moving.
Right.
And I knew that we needed to exercise. And so it started there. And then I started going to one of the local gyms.
Okay.
And I ended up becoming an instructor at the gym.
Okay.
And then I wouldn't work out there because of being an instructor and working out there. I would have people always approach me and want to talk about working out. So it started to take away from my own personal workout. So then I
Oh,
started working at another fitness center,
okay.
actually working out at another fitness center, and then I started teaching there as well.
Well, let's go back to you beginning to have workouts right there in your home.
Okay.
So, did you have equipment set up for that, or what?
No, all
How
body
did you
weight.
do it?
It was body weight workouts.
Okay.
So, of course, we were on the floor with sit ups, push ups, the air squats, anything body weight
Mm-hmm.
is what we did. And we had we had amazing workouts.
So you mentioned your mom as one person that came,
Yes.
and I've seen her on Facebook too. So if you were 6 when you had your first, she had to be 4.5 when she had you.
And she
Because
Yes.
snatched too.
Yeah, my
that's what
mom
I'm
is
She
saying.
beautiful.
I
snatched
saw
too.
her. I thought she was you when I first saw her. I thought she was you. I had to look more closely, and I'm like, that's her mother.
Listen, you got all her attention right now. She's listening in. Yes, my mom is beautiful.
Yeah,
She is.
she really is. And as Hope said, snatched. I'm not mad at her.
Well, you know what? Growing up, I would see my mom working out. I
Oh,
would see my
okay.
mom working out growing up, and I would, like, hey, this lady is crazy, but I had no
Mm-hmm.
idea watching her would leave an impact on me.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
what you do in front of your kids, you never know
Right.
what they're going to take away from it.
Right. So, okay, so I'm just thinking the mind shift though from banking 18 years to okay, I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom because I have a young child. Um and then to what was it? I'm going to do some workouts at home and then okay, let's have my mom come and work out with me and it kind of went from
And
there.
it really it did. It genuinely took off from there. As I stated, I started teaching at one of the local fitness centers. Actually, I taught at 3 different fitness centers.
Mhm.
Um and then COVID hit. So now we're going to fast forward because this is how we're
Okay.
getting into young and fit.
Mhm.
COVID hit. So when COVID hit, I was at home eating like everyone else,
Mhm.
gaining weight like everyone else, but I was working out. And that shows that you cannot out train a bad diet.
Right.
So as much as I worked out, I started to gain weight.
Okay.
And I could visibly see it. And I said, no, Shanda, we got to do something about this. You're
Right.
a trainer. So yeah, nutrition is important.
Okay. No, no. I know that too from personal experience because I have been in the gym 6 days a week. But if my diet isn't right, all right, I'm building stamina,
Absolutely.
but you know, gaining muscle maybe even, but
Mhm.
that's it. That scale didn't move. Not if I didn't eat right.
Yeah, there's that 80-20. That
Mhm.
80 is nutrition, 20% is fitness, but that 20% is very, very important.
Okay.
That 20% is your quality of life.
Hmm.
Where we walk up and down stairs, we're getting things out of the cabinet, whether we're reaching high or reaching low. And you don't realize with doing something like a squat, building your quads, giving you the ability to get something that's down low or reaching
Right.
up higher and things like that. So fitness is very important for your quality of life.
Okay. I hadn't thought of it that way, but no, you're right. You're right about that. I know I was squatting down the other day getting something from the lower cabinets and I felt it. I
Absolutely.
squatted down there and got it, but there was a time when I would just pop down, grab it, and think nothing of it. But you're right because I've been um, a little bit out of the gym loop, which is one of the reasons that I'm so glad that you're here. And part of the reason I know that Hope facilitated, she brokered all of this so that I was a person who was very committed to workouts 6 days a week. If I didn't do anything else, I showed up and I got that time in. And we were talking about that a little bit, how important it is. Sometimes and I know we're going to get into this a little bit later, but so I don't want to get too far into it now because there's still a few things that I want to talk about just with you and, getting everything going. But it really is so important to prioritize your health. I have a tendency to prioritize my work, um, but getting my health as it needs to be will help make me more efficient even with my work. And
Absolutely.
it doesn't make sense to just focus on work, 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 because at the end of the day, you work real hard and maybe make a lot of money or whatever the case may be. But if your health is gone, then it just doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we typically put others before ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to put yourself first. And
Right.
you have to take that time for yourself, even if it's 20 minutes a day, to say, hey, I'm going to work out. I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to put me first
Hmm.
and have that 20 minutes. And your body will thank you.
And it's like when they tell you on the airplane, if anything were to happen, you're supposed to put your mask on first, right? Even
Absolutely.
before your child. So that I know that wouldn't be my instinct. I just know it wouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that's what they tell you to do. So that because if you pass out, then you really can't help your child.
Absolutely.
So you have to make sure you do that for yourself first. So that's kind of what applies here in terms of fitness, then I think.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. So I interrupted you, but I just I wanted to just one other thing. I love to brag when I've got homegrown talent in the studio. So homegrown talent meaning that Shonda's from Milwaukee. So tell us a little bit about that in terms of where you grew up and went to school and that sort of
Born and
thing.
raised Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Rufus King Generals. Yes, yes. Class of
Ah,
93.
okay.
Um, I did not go to college. I
Mm-hmm.
had my first child at 18.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm okay with that. So it's not for everybody, and it wasn't for me. I got all my credentials through ISSA.
Okay.
Initially, I was certified through one of the fitness centers that I worked at. But after that, I needed more.
Sure.
I needed more. So
Mm-hmm.
I have my education through ISSA, which I have my personal training certification, my nutrition coach certification. I have group exercise certification.
Mm-hmm.
I have online coaching certification. So I'm constantly with continuing education to better myself to help others.
And I saw that on your website with the ISAA. I wasn't clear on what that was, but it was clear to me that this was your credentialing for the certifications for the fitness training and so on and so forth. So, so yeah. So it looks like we already have a caller that's calling. Oh, okay, okay, all right. I was mistaken. I thought that we did, but all right. So it's ISAA. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay. So is that where do you do that online or is that an in person thing or how does that work?
It is an online. It is an online personal, well, online fitness, not just personal training. They offer a ton of
Mm-hmm.
fitness training certifications. And it took me over a year with
Mm-hmm.
all the studying to actually get my personal training certification. Now, keep in mind, as I stated, I worked at other fitness facilities. So
Mm-hmm.
one of the facilities, I was certified for that in particular facility,
Okay. Okay.
but I couldn't take that certification anywhere else.
Okay.
So I had to get a certification that was recognized at other places. So that's
Okay.
how it came about with ISSA.
Okay. Okay. So it does look like we have a caller. Caller, please go ahead with your question. Hello, caller?
Yes, all right. All right, I got you now. I got you now. 2025 alive, no jive in 2025. To survive and strive and everything's alive. We've
Period.
arrived in 2025. No jive. No
Okay.
jive. So
Okay, so you're rapping and rhyming this morning, Mr.
And got a horn.
Tyrone. How can we help you today?
I just wanted to say I'm looking forward to this year so much because I'm gonna catch up with you. And yeah, we're gonna make the money roll in. So yeah, stay healthy. I got a park over here by me. You could after we do the pizza and the wings, come walk around the park with me any day of the week you want to. Okay.
Well, it sounds like I'm going to be in the young and fit gym here with Miss Shonda. So,
Well, she can come too. She can come too. So
oh
it's
well,
all good.
she's a businesswoman though. She's got a business to run, and she's got a lot of loyal patrons that count on her. So,
All right.
she's going
Saturday.
to talk a little bit more about where her business is and how getting everything up and going. But we do
That
appreciate you
sounds
calling
good.
in
That
this
sounds good.
morning.
Saturdays were made for everybody though. So love you. Have a great year, and we'll join hands real soon.
Happy New
Okay.
Year, Tyrone.
Happy
Happy
New
New Year.
Year.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So, Shonda, go ahead and tell us then. So, you were talking about working at one gym doing fitness training and then a different one and the different credentials that you earned as part of your qualifications. How did you eventually segue and decide that you were going to open your own gym?
Actually, everything happened so quickly. Even when I was working at one of the other gyms, I would have clients say to me, "You should get your own gym," and I'm like, "Huh, yeah, I can't do that. I don't see that happening." But again, when COVID hit, everyone was locked in the house. So a lot of those people were reaching out to me for virtual training. And I'm like, nah, I don't know about virtual training. I don't know how that's going to go. I didn't really believe in virtual training at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So then it got to a point where I'm like, oh, we're going to be stuck in a house forever and I need some interaction. So let's start this virtual training. And I did that. And I had one person. I said, listen, I'm going to train you, but don't tell nobody else. That's really how it started. I'm like, don't tell anyone else that we're doing this. And she didn't tell anybody else. I did.
Oh, okay. I
And
was
I
gonna
said the
say
same thing.
somebody
Blew
told.
your spot
Yeah, I
up.
said the same thing to the next person. Okay, I'm gonna train you, but don't tell nobody else. And I found that I really, really enjoy this. This is what I like. So I said, well, let me brand myself. Let me get this going. And I reached out to my brother, who is really, really good at drawing. And I said, hey, bro, I need a logo.
Mm,
I need you to create a logo for me.
okay.
And he's like, how am I going to do that? Just give me something that I can put, have as a logo for my business for Young and Fit. So he drew up a couple different things and came back, and the logo that's on my sweatshirt here is what I selected that my brother created for me.
Wow. So he's not a. Is he a graphic artist or
He isn't,
he's?
but I hope he's listening because he should be.
Yeah, it sounds like
Get
it.
out
He,
here.
he should be. He's extremely talented and he doesn't give himself enough credit.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, how fortunate were you to have a graphic artist as your brother? But you're saying to me,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. So he
Wow.
created my logo and then I started the virtual training in the basement of my home.
Mm-hmm.
I had somewhat turned our basement into a fitness center. And at the time, I was getting all these different things. And I'm telling my husband, one day I'm going to have a business. One day I'm going to be a fitness instructor. And I'm wanting to order all this commercial equipment. And he's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because it gets
Yeah,
into the expense. But I'll tell
absolutely.
you what, Shonda, we're going to talk more and more about that when we come back from the break. I'm excited to have Shonda Moore Young with of Young and Fit in the studio this morning, and she's telling us how to start our year off. Not just start our year off right, but a lifestyle change. Right? She said no resolution. This is about life change. Health is wealth, everybody. That's why we're on the Money Talk show talking health and fitness this morning. We'll be back after the break. Fraternity Choral, we have in the studio with us this morning Ms. Shanda Moore Young, who is the owner of Young and Fit. And to her right is Hope Manuel, who is one of the customers of her gym. And we're going to talk to Hope a little bit too in this segment about what some of her favorite workouts are with Ms. Shanda. But before we do that, Shanda, will you please tell the audience if they would like to come and do some workouts with you, how do they find you?
Yes, I am located in Brown Deer, 4701 West Schrader Drive, Suite 107. My website is syoungandfit.com, S as in Shonda, youngandfit.com. And my booking site is Vagaro. And you can just in the search field type in Young and Fit LLC.
So if people are interested in joining the gym, should they go to that Vagaro and make an appointment or a consultation? How does that work for a person to come and join?
Yes, so Vagaro, which is my booking site, and you can also from the website, it will direct you to the Vagaro link. You would schedule a consultation. The consultations are $20. However, you also receive a free class with that $20. So it's about a 20-minute consultation, and the consultation is just basically more of a check as far as your health, a health screening. I'm sorry, it's more of a health screening, and then we'll talk about the classes that are offered and what's best for you, because you may have different mobility issues that a class may not work for you. You may just need personal training, and I can certainly offer that as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask so that with the consultations, those are the sort of things that you're talking about, like what might work best for this particular individual.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And do you make recommendations in terms of, I would recommend you, sir, let's say, for instance, would be best served by having a personal training session as opposed to, yes, I think you'd be well suited for the group classes.
I do, but always remember, consult with your physician first.
Right.
That's
Absolutely.
most important. Consult with your physician first, and then I will then do my screening from there. And if in fact some people don't like to be around a crowd or a group. The one thing about Young and Fit is we're more like a family. Very small group setting, and when I say small, depending on the class, it can be up to 16 people. It can be up to 16 people. But it can be as light as this morning I had 3 people in class in one of my classes. So it does vary. And I meet everyone at their level.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have people that are beginners, and oftentimes I hear, are your classes for beginners? Absolutely. My class is for beginners.
Okay. And that was a question that I was going to ask you too. And I kind of knew the answer to that, but I figured that that's a question that the audience would want to know, that you do have classes that are for beginners because, just looking at you, Shanda, I mean, obviously you're fit. So there will be people that will think, well, wow, how am I going to keep up with what she's doing? But basically you're saying that at any fitness level, reach out and come in there and have a consultation with you so that it can be decided or recommended on the best route for a person to go.
Absolutely.
Okay. So with your gym, I'll tell you that when Hope, and maybe you're gonna think that I'm being funny, but when Hope first told me about the gym and she said Young and Fit, and I was thinking, oh well, how young do you have to be?
I hear it all the time.
Like that was my concern
all the
because I thought,
time.
have I aged out? I don't know how young do you have to be to come and be part of the gym? But the truth is, there's no age, right?
Absolutely, there no age. Young is my last name, so that's where the Young and Fit comes in.
Once I learned that, I thought, oh, that's clever.
Yes.
Okay, I get it now.
Yes.
But at first, I just thought, oh, I don't know if I can, if it would be for me. So what is the approximate age, let's just say, of the youngest person, or even more importantly, the oldest person that works out with you?
My oldest is 67.
Okay.
66.
Yeah.
And I've worked with clients even older than that.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer my clients to be over 18.
Yes.
So between the ages of 18 and 18 on up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
18 and up.
18
So
and
if you're 18 or if you're 80, you can
up.
reach out, or 80 plus, cuz hey, we've got those too that are out here still doing
Absolutely.
doing things.
I've taught 81-year-olds
Oh
before,
wow.
so yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it looks like we do have a caller that's on hold. So caller, please go ahead with your question.
Good morning. Good morning.
Ma'am, would you mind turning your radio down, and we want to make sure that we're able to hear you clearly.
Okay, I actually turned it off.
Thank you. Please go ahead
Okay.
with your question.
Well, good morning. Good morning, Shanda and Hope, and to the host.
Thank you.
Um,
Good
I
morning.
am a member of Young and Fit, and I just wanted to call in and just, boost this young lady's name. She's awesome. And I'm not young. I'm 63,
Yeah.
and
Well, good for you. You sound like you're young at heart.
oh, definitely,
Oh, she
without a
dusts
doubt.
me in the gym. Let's be clear. She eats me up in the gym.
All right, that's Young Hope giving you your props. So thank you so much for telling us.
Yes, no problem. I just was, just wanted to say I've been with Young and Fit from the beginning. And since I've been a member, I started online. I actually was the one she told not to tell anybody that she was training.
Yes.
Yes. And I've lost 50 pounds since joining Young and Fit.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I
Wow.
wish we could see my before and after pictures. I mean, it's amazing. It's
Well,
amazing.
that is really wonderful. I was talking to Shonda yesterday, and I was saying to her, maybe we'll have this first show today, but maybe in a few months we'll have another show, and maybe what we'll do is, if some of the customers are willing, have people come in and give their testimonials about how effective this is. So you're ahead of us already, but I'm so glad you're calling in with us today.
Well, I'm glad you gave me a chance to, talk about it. Thank you.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you
Thank
so
All right,
much for
then.
you.
calling.
You ladies enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank
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 you.
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 You too. So, Shonda, with that, will you please give the contact information for the gym again? Because I know sometimes people are driving and maybe they weren't able to write it down the first time you said it. But please, we'll repeat it again before the end of the show. But please offer that information for
Uh,
the audience again.
Absolutely. Young and Fit LLC, located in Brown Deer, Wisconsin. The address is 4701 West Schrader Drive, Suite 107. Now, if you know where that Culver's, see, I'm going to say Culver's because that'll keep.
I was
What,
just gonna say
see,
that.
see,
If you know where Culver's
you
is,
know
you
where
can
the
find Young and
Culver's is
Fit.
located.
Yeah, I know where the
in
burgers and the
See,
fries
yeah.
are.
Just drive past. Just drive
So you're going to
past.
drive down that street that Culver's is on, which is Schrader, all the way to the end there, and then I'm in one of the industrial buildings. It's funny because the building that I'm in, remember I said it's my banking background. The building that I now have my studio in was once the building that I worked in. Or actually, my husband worked in that building, but I was there for meetings. So pre COVID, my husband was working in that building, and we had no idea that one of the office spaces would be my studio.
What were the odds of that? Isn't that funny
Look at
that it
God.
happened that way?
Look at God.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So no, that's good. That's good. So, Hope, tell us what your favorite workout is in the Young and Fit.
All of them.
Well, Hope, do you
it's
have a favorite workout?
it's Total Gym for me. I say Total Gym because one, I don't have to worry about form because my form is sorry sometimes, especially those. I'm not a morning person, but based on my work schedule, like I have to kind of do the 6 a.m. class. I could do 5, but I'm not gonna get anything done. I'm not gonna be productive at 5 at all, and they mean business at 5 a.m.
I'll bet you Shonda means business no matter what time it is.
Baby,
yeah,
listen,
but
3 a.m. Shonda means business.
but the 5 a.m. class is serious. But we play all day at 6 a.m.
Oh man.
So
Okay, Jermaine, please.
I couldn't take it. I'm sitting here like, okay, so one, can anybody enroll?
Absolutely. Absolutely. One of the things I would love to get more men in my classes.
Okay.
I currently have one guy in my class who's followed me from one of the fitness centers that I taught at.
Okay.
Yes, anyone can enroll as long as you're over 18.
So how long are the workouts? Because when I go to the gym, it depends on the day. So like on Fridays, we do burnouts. So we'll do like 2 hour workouts. So it'd be an hour of cardio, then an hour of just burnout. So how do you?
I'm going to tell you, you don't want to do 2 hours with me.
I already know because she just
I
said
don't. I don't be wanting
that
to
the
do my
5 a.m.
45. I
the
mean, my
five
40
a.m.
minutes.
workout was and so if you go hard early in the morning, I
Yes.
hate to see what it's like in an afternoon.
So my classes are 45 minutes long. My classes are early morning. I
All of
have
them.
They are. They are. I have 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, this is for just the group exercise classes
Okay.
because total gym is different.
Okay.
That's totally different, and those times are different as well.
Okay.
But my group exercise classes are 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Saturdays at 7 a.m.
Okay. Saturdays at 7. Okay.
Saturdays at 7 a.m. And you can certainly do drop-ins, but you must book in advance, and it's $20 for drop-ins. You can go to my booking site and schedule a drop-in session. And then I offer my total gym classes, which are on Mondays and Wednesdays. And I have a 5 a.m., a 6 a.m., and a 7 a.m. I have classes pretty much back to back with total gym.
Mm.
And I'm open to offering more classes if you're interested. If
Okay.
I have the participants that are interested, I would certainly open up my calendar for more classes.
Right. Right. Go
So, do
ahead.
you guys do like cardio and lifting and
I love
sit-ups?
lifting. We do
Really?
it all.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. Love lifting. Most of my classes are strength and conditioning.
Okay.
And I'm glad you said that. And I wanted to stress that as well because I think sometimes there's an assumption when there's a female
Yeah.
lead
Yeah.
that you might not do
Yeah.
weightlifting.
Yeah.
But Lord knows I know other than that, just having worked with the gym that I was at before.
Mhm.
But I've seen you on Facebook. I see what you do.
We
And
do
don't
Power
worry,
Ranger training.
Jermaine is going to come back and tell you guys because before I leave today,
Yeah.
you see how I put him on the spot? Before
Yeah.
I leave today, Jermaine's going to sign up for one of my classes.
And it's funny that you even saying that because I'm actually going through my phone now to find this picture, but I'm gonna pull it up and show you that I lost 85 pounds and I'm still on my journey because I was up to 290.
Awesome. Congratulations
I
to
was
you.
up to 290. Um,
And that's really something because I would not look at
man,
you
I'm
and
gonna
be
show
able
you this
to
picture. You're gonna be
tell.
like, this is not you. But this all happened just sitting around in the studio, working on music, sitting around eating, and they just catering everything because I was working out in L.A., so they bringing macaroni, cheese, yams, but it's like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So it's like you don't think that it's gonna creep up on you until you try to bend over and tie your shoe, and you can't
Right.
reach it.
And just like you said, it creeped up on you, but it takes a minute to get off.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Right.
it does.
And it really didn't happen overnight.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's
That is
bad
just the
habits
truth.
over and over and over.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. So, Hope, why do you like the Total Gym so much?
Well, I just want to say we actually do Power Ranger training at Young and Fit.
Okay, what is Power Ranger training?
It's not really, but you were wondering like what type of workouts we do them all. I always say she's training us to become Power Rangers.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
But no, I prefer Total Gym because one, I feel like I can be more focused on what I'm doing. I don't have to worry about my form. I don't have to worry about if this is going to hurt my wrists or if it's low impact. But we definitely still work though. It's definitely a workout. We definitely still breathing hard, sweating, tired. So it's not as easy as it looks, but that's just my preference.
And I know it isn't easy at all. And the thing is, there's something about coming together in a group setting under a good leader, for one thing, that will actually get you motivated to do it because I have a Total Gym. It's still, I've had it for years, but it's still practically new because I'm not using it. It is propped against a wall in the basement.
But can I tell you this?
Yes.
The Total Gym machine you have, which is great, but the commercial Total Gym is a little bit different.
Oh, so that's what you have.
I do.
Ah,
It's a little bit different. So it's a little bit more intense because it gives you more your tower, for example, and if you have a Total Gym, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
The intensity of the workout. So for the commercial brand, the intensity is a little bit different than the personal Total Gym machine.
Because they don't want you hurting yourself.
Well, no. Okay, you mean at home. That's why. Okay. All right. So that makes sense then because it'll be under proper supervision.
Absolutely.
Okay, because I'm thinking, how could it get any harder? But yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
But I offer more than total gym. I teach boxing, fitness boxing.
Okay.
I have cycling bikes.
Ooh, okay.
We have battle ropes.
Mm-hmm.
You name it, we have it.
Yeah. And again, I've seen it on Facebook. So I've seen the variety of equipment and all the different things that you offer. And there's so many different ways to get fit. It just, you've got a complete catalog of things. And then you also have your customers work out just using their own body weight too.
Absolutely. And every workout is different. Every
Mhm.
class is different. So what you do on Tuesday, I will use the exact same equipment on Thursday sometimes, but I'm going to use it differently.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you you got a real
We got a
passion
new
for
member.
it.
Yeah, because look,
Okay.
Oh, wow.
We see you, Jamal.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
you in the white?
That's him.
Wait a minute. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Seeing is believing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know
absolutely.
we're on the radio, but
Yeah.
trust me,
Man, I was
audience.
getting my penguin on. I walk side to side. My
Yeah.
penguin. I'm
Jermaine
like, nah.
just showed us a before picture
Yeah.
and he's come a long way.
Long way.
So
Congratulations,
yeah.
Jermaine.
So
Yeah.
now you get in here with Shanda and whew,
And trim and the finish, tightening up.
right.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's good. So that leads me to my next question. Do you discuss fitness with your in terms of what to eat? Do you tell your people, okay, this is what I would recommend to eat, this is what you should stay away from? Is there any of that type of assistance?
Again, I am a certified nutrition coach, not a
Mhm.
registered dietitian. So I do not create meal plans.
Okay.
However, I will discuss nutrition. And it's not a one size fit all. However, it's very basic. You want your plate to be colorful.
Okay.
When you think colors, you think vegetables.
Yes.
So you want your plate to be colorful. You want to stay away from the fried foods as much as
Lord
possible.
Jesus.
And let's be honest, I don't want to tell you to eliminate them completely because you
Right.
want to live. You want
Yeah.
to live. Sometimes you may want a piece of fried chicken and it's
Amen.
it's
I
okay.
want it right now.
It's okay, but you don't need it every day.
Right.
You don't need it every day. And let's be honest, as we get older, there's different health issues that just come with it
Yes.
if you're not eating correctly.
Uh,
There's genetics that you just can't get away from, but sometimes high blood pressure is due to what you are eating.
Yeah.
Right.
So I have a question for you. So like, stuff like mac and cheese and yams and all that other good soul food stuff.
Mhm.
I've heard, I don't know if it's true, but maybe you can shed a light on this, that you can eat that kind of stuff, but eat it in moderation.
I eat it.
Yeah.
So did that just answer your question?
Sure did. 'Cause I'm looking at you and
Yeah, I eat
Okay.
it. So
Okay.
yes, you can, but you eat it in moderations. And you'll find that the longer you stay away from it, where you're not eating it daily, you don't have the desire for it. And when you do have it, you get full really quick and you feel lazy.
Oh yeah,
Honestly.
no,
You
that
do.
part
You
is true. Yeah.
you feel lazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Most of us know with the Boondocks how they have the
Yeah,
itis
yeah.
and you eat that.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and you start to feel that way.
Yeah.
So the healthier you eat, the better you feel, the more energy you have.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, that is true because I found myself the other day. I went and I got some ribs and baked beans and because it was just it was the inner fat man that wanted to eat. So I went and got these ribs, but then when I ate them, after a while I felt like sluggish and tired. I'm
Mhm.
like, man, and I said to myself, I'm gonna go work out, even though I ate this stuff. I ate it and I was like,
You didn't even feel like working out.
man, I went to bed.
Food is fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Food is fuel for your body.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to keep in mind. You have to think about what you put in your mouth is going to determine how you feel.
Yeah.
Right.
So if I want to feel sluggish, then yeah, I'm going to eat that.
So the truth is that your energy is really in your gut.
The energy is in the fuel, which is the food
Yeah.
that you eat.
Yeah.
People say, so should I completely cut carbs out? Absolutely not.
Okay.
You get energy from carbs.
Okay.
You don't want to completely cut carbs out, but you want carbs in moderation. You need to know the right time of day to be eating the carbs. Should you eat French fries and go to bed?
Nah.
I mean, that's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So, but if I want French fries and I'm going to have them and then I'm going to work out afterwards, it's okay.
Oh yeah.
But do you need to supersize it? See?
No.
No, you don't. You don't. We do it, but you do not need to do that.
Right. And the restaurants push that too. They'll push the super fry and then that gallon of
I
soda.
take it too. They just be pushing it.
And we say they push it, but we take it.
Give
Yeah.
it to me.
You don't have to have
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You don't
Lord
have
Jesus,
it.
they try to make me eat. Let me get it.
But I do remember the days where you can order a small
Yeah.
Coke. I'm not saying you should drink
Right.
Coca-Cola, but
Right. And it was really
but
small.
yeah, it was. But they don't even have small anymore. What they
Nope.
call small now is what we call
Medium.
large. Back in the day, I'm going to say large,
Yeah.
but now they've got that super extra great big trough of soda.
Sounds like you going through a drive-through.
Yeah,
What
I've
drive-through
done
you
it.
going
I've
through?
done
Yeah,
it.
there was a bucket of lemonade.
Yeah, exactly.
Wendy's will give you a bucket of pineapple mango.
Yeah, or those big gallons of tea, that sweet
Yeah.
tea you can get places. Now, I have to say I don't drink that stuff, but I
Sugar,
like
sugar,
sugar, and
sugar.
that's a challenge for me because I do
Sugar.
like sugar, but sugar does not like me.
You
Sugar is
can
not.
become addicted to it.
Mm-hmm.
You can become addicted to it.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to learn how to replace that sugar with fruit.
Yeah.
There's sugar in fruit. That's
Yeah.
natural sugar.
Right. So something like berries, like
Absolutely.
strawberries, and
You want your
then
berries.
you get to chew too, right? So that actually got to look at it that way.
Yeah. I like
Jermaine's laughing
carrots.
at me, but yeah, no, we're
Oh,
we're
man.
serious. We want to set ourselves up to succeed. Okay. Well, it sounds like we need to take a break, and we will be right back with more from Shanda Moore Young of Young and Fit when we come back from the break. Welcome back, everyone, to Money Talks with Attorney Coral. And again, we are starting the new year off right. No resolutions here. We're talking lifestyle changes with our fitness expert, Ms. Shanda Moore Young, who is in the studio with us this morning to talk about her business, which is called Young and Fit. Am I saying it right, or is there more
You
to the
are
name?
it's Young and Fit.
Okay, all right. So it's Young and Fit, but don't get it wrong. This is open. She prefers for you to be at least 18 to come there and work, but I don't care if you're 18. I don't care if you're 80. Everyone, please reach out to Shanda and find out how to get in on this health, because health is wealth, right?
Yeah, to the point I walked in here with 2 pieces of candy,
Two.
looked at her,
And put it down.
and threw it in the
And
garbage.
threw it down. Well, maybe
I felt convicted.
maybe the chocolate that's out front might be safe for
Lord
me today too,
Jesus.
because that normally I swipe a fistful on the
Man,
way
I had
out.
them. I was getting ready to open it, and I looked right
Looked
at
right
it.
at me. Looked
She
right
was
at
looking
me.
right at you.
Look,
She was like,
I can't eat this.
Like,
Man.
yes.
Oh, that's funny. So, Shonda, please tell everyone how to reach you to come and sign up for your gym.
Again, Young and Fit, Brown Deer, 4701 West Schrader Drive, Suite 107. My website is syoungandfit.com. My booking site is Vagaro, which if you go to my website, it will direct you to the actual booking site. I currently have a 1 month promotion, 1 month group classes for $95, which is a $55 savings. You can take up to 3 classes per week. My classes are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. Yes, early morning. You're up anyways, watching TV. You may as well get up and come on in. And Saturdays at 7 a.m. I offer a variety of fitness classes, circuit training, strength and conditioning, um, core classes, resistance band training, you name it. We do it at Young and Fit.
So, when you talk about resistance training, does that include like dead weights, like just lifting dumbbells, barbells, and that sort of thing?
More of
too?
the resistance band and
Mhm.
resistance tubes. So on my schedule, on my booking site, if you see a class that is resistance training, it is more of the resistance band and the resistance tube.
Okay. Okay. No, that's good to know.
So there's no weight. So if some people are intimidated by weights, some people are intimidated by weights, and that's okay. But my goal is to get you from that fixed mindset of thinking that you can't do it and transition you into a growth mindset of I may not can do it now, but I'm willing to try to get there.
So something just occurred to me too that I think it'd be good to clarify. I know that sometimes women are afraid of weightlifting because sometimes we will fear that it will bulk us up and make us bigger. But that's not true, right, Shonda?
Absolutely not. Again, I lift weights and I do not look like a man. Okay,
Not at all. You're tiny. She's small, everybody.
I love it. I love you.
Yeah,
No.
no, but in a healthy way, with the
Absolutely.
lean muscle. Because again, I saw the pictures, man. I thought you were tall, even, and this is the
No,
first time we've
no.
met in person.
No.
But okay, so I see that we do have another caller here. So, caller, please go ahead with your question.
Good morning. I'd like to know, do you accept seniors and do you accept the silver sneaker with Medicare?
I do not accept Silver Sneakers program. However, I would like to look into that because I am familiar with the program, but currently it's not offered at Young and Fit.
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you so much for your call. So I would like to just open it up and ask you, why is fitness important? Why is it important to work out? Why is it important to eat healthy?
Well, I'll start with fitness first. You always hear the saying, if you don't use it, you lose it. And simple, that's it. The older you get, you start to lose muscle mass. So you need to strength train. You need to continue to build that muscle mass. You need to get that heart rate up. You need your cardio. This is, again, your quality of life. Nutrition is 80% of it. Your diet determines how you feel. You need your vegetables. You need your fruits. Um, It's your quality of life. It's
Yeah.
your medicine for your body.
Right. And you and I were talking briefly, and what I said to you, and I said it privately, but I would like to say it publicly as well. What you do saves lives. You are saving lives. This is important work that you're doing. Um, Last night, I was watching the Never Too Much, the Luther Vandross um, biography or documentary, I think is the better way to put it. And back when Luther was gaining weight or losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, I know that he had diabetes. I certainly don't personally know his full medical history, but I do know that he had a stroke at the age of 52, a massive stroke at the age of 52. Now, when that happened to him, to me, 52 sounded like, I knew it wasn't old, but it sounded like, oh man, that's further along in life.
Mhm.
Well, now I know that 52 comes quick,
Absolutely.
right? Young. Thank you, Jermaine. Young to have endured that, and then unfortunately it took his life. First it crippled him,
Mhm.
and then it ended up taking his life. That's how serious this is, what we're talking about today. Do you want to comment on that a little bit, Shanda?
Absolutely. Not eating healthy, the unhealthy eating habits, you put strain on your organs. And that's why you have, again, high blood pressure, diabetes, things like that. Now, granted, some things are genetic and you just can't avoid that. But you can't say it's genetic when you know you're sitting up frying everything that you eat. You know that. You can't say it's genetic when you know that you're eating a ton of carbs and a lot of fats. You have to make sure that you are putting what God has given us from the ground, natural things into your body.
Right.
It's a silent killer. Sometimes there's no sign. There is absolutely zero sign.
Right. And we don't know if he had a sign or if maybe he just woke up one day and hit the floor with that. So you're
Absolutely.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
We just don't know. So it is so important. And I want to thank you again for coming to the show today. What you do is life saving work. There's so much value. And thank you, Hope, for coming to be a testimonial
Thank you.
Welcome.
for what Shanda does. And Shanda, we're going to have you back. Please agree to come back to the show. Your information, we just had a chance to scratch the surface. There's so much more to talk about with you and with what you do. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you in a week with more Money Talks from Attorney Coral. Everybody have a good week.